And good afternoon. Welcome to a little more Dyson Sphere program. Today is probably going to be filled with a decent amount of streaming, like Beat Saber and probably GTA. But before I play Beat Saber, I kind of want to play a bit more of this. We are we're not done with it yet. That's for damn sure. Um, in fact, I installed a little mod that shows us progress wherever we are. Um, yeah, of the half sphere, we're about a third done. Now, actually, you might notice something else. I'm out of sales. I used to have about 70,000 in orbit. Now I have very little. We we are generating a ton of power. So there's two things that I can do, or two things that a few things that I want to do. First, I want to check how my blue magnet and cell production are going, because they're not going all that great. And then I want to check. I want to increase the capacity we're using to make critical photons, because that'll allow us to increase our science capacity. Because that's currently the limiting factor within our research, is critical antimatter, as it were. So most of the components I'm talking about are made in the Dubba system. Now I remember a few things, and I have actually already kind of screwed up, because I don't think I've got any belts with me. Yeah, I want to quickly go to Dubba 4. So I've been having some production issues. We actually consume the green. Oh, yeah, there we go. We actually consume the green power source over here, which unfortunately also makes use, not you, also makes use of blue magnets. So I need way too many of those. I want to see why sales are limited. My guess would be the optical grading crystal. No, that doesn't seem to be the issue. It is green chips. Huh. I think I know why. We've been having some issues with regards to iron supply on Double One. Actually, quite a few issues. I think I'm actually going to be slowly working towards the an even more decentralized production system, where I will just have a system that makes iron, because I need so goddamn much. I've already started hooking up some more iron veins. I think this is the one. Yeah, this is the one I haven't hooked up yet. I have no bells to do it though, however. So, hey. So basically, I need more. Just need more, because I think this is where we made the chips. Yeah, I just don't have the iron. It's all running out, and that's a bit frustrating, because that's like pretty important component. So if I take a look at the smelting facility, which is like over here, I want to see what's actually the issue. I'm gonna be pretty sure it's ore. Yeah, it's ore. I just need more of it. I don't know how much more this planet. It has 20 million left, so it's purely throughput. The issue isn't even it isn't even like not having enough on the planet itself. It's just throughput. The reason why is that, as a very smart person, I of course forgot about the. Well, I did think about the amount of backlog we had, the buffers that we needed to empty out, but I didn't think it would last that long. But apparently, it did. So yeah, that was not a good decision, but it's not a huge issue. I figure I could let it idle for an age and a half and be fine. But we're not going to do that. You can just see the moment that it loads in the system, because it immediately drops the frame rates. So we need to go to the big one. What I would also like to do is start building more. Oh, that's very much the wrong planet. That's the wide one. I want to build more things locally there. The first start there is actually doing. I think we already covered a large part of the planet in collectors for deuterium and hydrogen. I want to do more, and then start making these locally, because we have a huge amount of our capacity is currently working on purely making these, and I want to make those there as well. So there are these orbital collectors. I am not entirely sure how much we're going to need. I'm probably going to need a lot, which means I'll probably have to build something like this. It's all very difficult, thankfully, so we should be fine there. I need more. I need more of those as well. I need a lot more of everything, which is the issue. And a lot of those consume the magnet, which we always have too little of, unfortunately. Because they're consumed by virtually every high-end product. The biggest issue is they're consumed by my power, which has the priority, of course. And that is used to fuel everything. I would probably... I consume so much everywhere that it would be impossible to like fill up the buffers, because they're currently the limiting product in making more structure, which means that like the second that I get more, what I could do is I should actually do that. Yeah, we're gonna pause production. Yeah, they're warm. We're gonna pause production on the other planet. It'll fill up a backlog, a very big backlog, but that is fine because I just needed to stop consuming it. That's the most important. Because we don't need more. We already have 13 gigawatts here. I have more than enough. We have more than enough to actually, use. I can't even consume that. I consume like half of it. So what I do is bonk. I just go here, tell you to stop demanding from remote. Easy. So this will no longer consume here. It'll shoot what we have, but that's fine. It also means that I could, in theory, build a lot more of these and just see them shoot away all of them simultaneously. The reason why is as well that like my solar cells are just running out. So, it would be stupid. There's no need. Sure, I can shoot more components up there, and it will give me more power, but it's not worth it in the long run. So I can see like all the cells that are for some reason still in here. I can't even see them. Are going to the last cells. Yeah, they're like here, slowly floating upwards. I will continue shooting the sails. I think that's fine, because the sails don't directly consume the blue magnets. So I'm fine with that. They just consume the chips. I mean, they consume iron. But now I should wait a bit. The biggest issue is that the blue magnets are also used by the high tier belts. So I need to wait a while for that to actually produce properly. I cannot set the main planet to no longer send out the fuel, because too many systems rely on that. It is just too efficient of a fuel to actually be not sent out. Thankfully, a lot of places like I send way more than it consumes, so in theory it should be fine. You're still going. Yeah, it's 5 minutes, so it's going to take one whole more minute for you to shoot your load. Oh, we have some here, of course. Well, there you go. I see all of them almost simultaneously going. That's kind of neat. Yeah, so we're gonna run out of things to shoot up in a bit, which is fine. Let's see. Yeah, producing 12 gigawatts is perfectly fine. This whole thing, when it's done, is going to produce probably about 100. Seeing as how, well, I mean, you could do this equation. Like, this is what, 1 point... Yeah, it's about 1.3 million. We currently have 400,000, so that's about for 30,000. So that is like what, like a third, and this is also a third. So this would go times 6. So it's a little under 100. Now I could have built this around a like 2.5 times star illumination, and that's exponential. So it would have been like what, 400 gigawatts. And then I probably, this game doesn't really care about line of sight, so I could still, like, if I build one here, it won't obscure the outer one. So if I build, say, one that is like minimum size around here, it'll stack, as it were. So I could just build another sphere. Like, one sun can, in theory, produce infinite amount of power. Now, of course, the cost of like building all those spheres is insane. Yeah, so no more sales. So we're gonna go back to our home planet. Hope there's some belts for us. The way I have it set up is that power is always prioritized. Because, like, iron ingots. Oh man, yeah, I am sending those away, am I? That's also an issue. Like, my home planet has completely run out basically all the relevant natural resources. So yeah, I need to supply that remotely, which means I could actually, in theory, check out some. There's a lot of probably belt to salvage here. Like, I could still bonk, like, delete all of you. Some mods also got fixed, so I can now, that works again, which is really, really nice. I am not entirely sure how it works, but it works. So you're demanded from here, so I just... Oh yeah, I need to actually make sure you still end up where you should. Which is... Well, not here. I can fairly efficiently delete... Okay. Oh, that's a really weird setup. So delete you, and then like... Ah, yeah, I see how you're set up, so I just need to just do this. And now I can delete all of this, basically. Just need to make sure to actually... Like, I don't need this anymore. There's no need for all of this, so we just do that. Pop, 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 pop. Pop you as well. Yeah, Mark 3, that's great. And delete you, and delete you. Yeah, awesome. So that was a few hundred pieces of belt. That's great. Means that this setup is really weird now as well. Let's see. Ah, yeah, I know what I can do. So first of all, just delete this, just make it run over the ground. And I put a one of you. Because now I can set this up to have a priority input there. So now it will empty out these tanks, and then it will start using the rest. Hey there, Dennis. There's like 20,000 there in storage. I can just put in here what I have left. There we go. Wonderful. So there's so much iron that I need everywhere. Is that it's a good idea to actually start producing that in huge quantities everywhere. Because it is just like Factorio. You need so much iron. It's ridiculous. There we go. If you guys watched the race yesterday, I hope you enjoyed. It was an extreme amount of fun, despite Fishlips making a huge mistake. Poor guy was really kicking himself over that. I feel for him because that was very sad. But shit happens. Yeah, the factory must always grow. Caught a few moments when it didn't. The end was like, in hindsight, it wasn't that bad, but in the moment, it was like, of the 8 hour window, like 6 of it was perfectly fine, and the last 2 were a bit like worrying because we were running out of things to do, and then you're like, okay, what? Where did we fuck up? And like Fishlips had the same. It's like, okay, where did it go wrong? And that's with the amount of locations possible inside the randomizer, like the chance of it going wrong somewhere is fairly big. What the hell is going on here? It doesn't want to work. Okay, just like do that. And then connect here. There you go. Was that so difficult? Apparently, yes. Yeah, the biggest issue was like at the end, of course, like after the first team finished, we were like, that was the biggest, like, because at the moment, I wasn't sure if it was an all dungeons run, which like greatly extends the time needed. And Alpha finishing, or the Alpha's team finishing that time, basically told me that the seed that Alpha and I were playing, because we were doing the same game, told me that we were making a huge mistake. So like after 6 hours, we were already like, okay, somewhere something huge went wrong, but we didn't know what. Because it's not like that time difference wasn't. It was impossible for it to be made up just by execution. Like Alpha's not bad, but he's not that good. It was impossible to be that fast. So that at that moment we already were like, okay, we fucked up, and then it was just like we were still happy that the other team were running because it meant that they fucked up as well. No, it's not just the shorter path; it's the wrong path. Like that's what I mean. Like if they were doing a shorter path, they would have been finished maybe half an hour to an hour earlier, not 2 hours, because we were not close to finishing, not by a long shot. And that's how I knew that there was already a huge mistake. But there's nothing you can do about it at that point. Just trudge on and hope that you get lucky, because at that point there was like a 50-50 chance that we had just make small mistakes. Yeah, Facelips missed a crucial item in Sphere 0. So something that you can access right from the start. And there were like 2 items like that. And one of them, it was logical that he didn't get it because it was like kind of out of the way. And the other team got that by chance. So that was their like fair victory moment. And at the time when Fishlips found that was a hookshot in Forest Temple, I already said, or we already discussed with all of us, like, okay, if the other team found this earlier, it will have given them a huge advantage. And that could decide the race, like that on its own. However, that maybe would have been, half an hour at most. But the mistake Fishlips made, because he found it out so late, it cost us everything. Ironically, the other team, the one with Pizza, Relics, and Serenade, also made a huge mistake. But their mistake wasn't as bad. So, and a lot easier to figure out as well. Oh, crap. Well, there we go. And a lot easier to figure out as well, which is why they became in second. But yeah, so like the moment that the first team finished, we already knew that something was very, very wrong, and it took us super long to figure out. The key thing was that like my seed didn't have to do all dungeons, and I did it anyway, just like Fan did, which is what took us a long time. Let's see. I think I have belts again, which is good because that's what I need. Let me drop the old ones. But in the end, it was fine. Like the worst thing about it was Fishlips beating himself up over it. Like he said, "I'm never playing this game again," because because his mistake was such a novice one. Like it's a very simple item to miss, and he thought it was awful. I can very much understand why. Yeah, I would have felt the same. Like I completely understand how he was feeling. I would have done exactly the same if it happened to me. Because the worst thing is you're not just wasting your own time, you're wasting everyone's time. I'm almost like that in Nancy Drew. Yeah, but like it's worse when you're together because then, as I said, it's not just your own time you're wasting everyone's time. So you don't just have to deal with disappointing yourself, you have to deal with disappointing everyone. And of course, like the punishment game, I don't care about. It's a punishment game. Like it's not gonna be that bad because no one in the community is like, oh, you have to, like no one's gonna like police you. Like for example, with like Brelix, I'm not gonna say, oh, if he didn't want to play it, I'm not gonna force him, etc. etc. I did feel like I made for a very boring stream. Nah, that wasn't that bad. Although I can imagine feeling like that. What is actually the limiting factor here? It's the reinforced. Yeah, I do make that remotely, but in theory, this. Yeah, what's limiting you right now? It's steel. Yeah, and it's not even. What is wrong here? You're not getting enough iron. Well, first of all, I can simplify this a whole lot. So let me actually go do that. Yeah, there we go. Get rid of all of these as well. If I need to add a second one, I'll do that later. Because now what I can do is I can simply do this. And like I just delete the ones that can't reach, because I don't care. Not all of it, just like a part where I started just like 2 hours before I realized the code worked. Yeah, like that's a thing you kind of just have to accept is gonna happen during Nancy Drew. I mean, I know that... God, who was it again? The guy who did the Venice game, and he didn't get the code. He would have... Like, that would have happened to him as well. More steel for more rockets. Technically, it's deuterium fuel, but in the end, yes, because it's a component of the rockets. Like, the frame rate, by the way, is so low, it doesn't actually look like it's moving anymore, this stuff. It is moving, trust me. It just doesn't look like it. It also looks like this is going backwards because of the low frame rate. Serenade of Water? Yeah, I think it was him. But, like, same thing happened there. Like, if they wouldn't have given up, the same would have happened. And it's a fairly... The thing is that for us it sucks, like in the Zelda thing, but for the other team it was cathartic. Like the same happened when my team won last time. Like watching the others and knowing what's going wrong, it's amazing. Like the first time, like knowing that Brelix, for example, isn't able to read. Yeah, it's amazing. And like hearing Fishlips go like, oh, it can't possibly be Bigoron, and the rest of being like, yeah, it's Bigoron. So great job there. That's great. And here it must have been even worse or better, I guess, because they're like, how did they miss this? Like it's like the first one of the first items you get. Constantly clipping in front of everyone. I was so sure would be doing. It's always happens. The frustrating part in this race, I did better, in my opinion, than the first time around. But there was no way we would have won. Like, in hindsight, impossible. There was 0% chance we would have won that race due to that mistake, because it's not recoverable. For reference, the mistake that the other team made was a song mistake. So they forgot some detail about a song. The thing there is that there are so few song locations is that you can figure out what went wrong. You could have won if we didn't make the mistake, sure, but Serenade almost went Spirit Temple over well. Oof. But wait, what do you mean with that? Because what's Serenade was player 2, right? Yeah, he was player 2. That cost him the difference. No, sorry, I'm talking about the overall victory, not about the victory between us and that team, about Pizza Serenades and Brelik's team. Because we could have won from them, because they also made a huge mistake. But I'm talking about the original one. Um, no, Weep Saber's in like 2 hours to get his hover boots for Spirit. Yeah, because we already did Spirit. We knew that it had to be in well, so that was a bit better for us. But their mistake was easier to recover from. So, but between if you would have asked me beforehand who would have had like the worst knock-on effects, I would have said that ours was worse. Um, because theirs would have been easier to recover from. At that point, it was kind of execution based slash luck. I mean, because they were just so yeah. That's the awful part. Because like the execution on our team was really really good. Like I did the entire game. Yeah, exactly. Like all of us had done every single dungeon. We had cleared our games entirely, basically. Like the only checks were left were like super spotted around. I missed like one or two, which was bad. Don't disagree there, but it wasn't crucial in the end because hindsight, you know. Let's see. I think I've got enough everything. I'm gonna grab some more assemblers, and then I'm gonna go back. Yeah, so like that's what stings a bit. Like our execution was really really good, but in the end it was just human mistakes that did us in, and there's nothing you can do about that. But that's what I mean with like the mistake that the original one with I think their team missing the song location was arguably super stupid as well. You could argue it's even dumber, but it didn't cost us much because it's much easier to recover. Because there's only like 12 song locations. Like you're gonna think, okay, I don't have every song yet. What did I miss? And then someone's gonna ask, oh, did you grab Spirit, like Forest Temple, Adult and Child? And he's gonna say, wait, they're not the same check. And then there you go. Like there was not a chance in hell that I would have thought about, oh, he mustn't have done Kakariko fully. Because who doesn't do that? And that's exactly the same thought process that Fishlips had. Like, how can you not do Man on the Roof and the Open Grotto at the same time? Because you do chickens. So you get there anyway. And I had a few of the same things. Because I missed Hot Water Goron, I think his name is. The one is adult. Because whenever there's no reason to go there if you don't have bombs. But what happened to me is that I went there when I had no bombs, because I got them right after. So in my mind, it was like, I have bombs, I just went past Goron City, I must have done that, right? Yeah, I hadn't. Thankfully, it was nothing. The same goes for Ganon's Toilet. I hadn't done that the first time around. Like, in hindsight, of course, you didn't even need to do G to G. But at the moment, I didn't have Iron Boots. Funnily enough, when I did it afterwards, it was arguably my cleanest Ganon's Toilet ever. I did it extremely efficiently. See, Fusion even said like, well, that's not that bad. What are you complaining about? When I've had much worse before. So I was happy about that. Just the sucky thing was, of course, that nothing of it was needed. Like, hearing the things that Alpha didn't do afterwards was, like, the worst part. Because it told me what I kind of already knew. Like, it wasn't an all-dungeon seed for me. But, like, hearing, oh, yeah, you didn't need to do GTG or anything else. Like, I was kind of happy when I found his Strength 3 somewhere. Like, Fishlips' Strength 3. Because, like, oh, if there's something required in his Spirit Temple, which is not unlikely, it's a huge find. But no, it was completely useless, and I was like, damn it. But, such is the randomizer life. No, because you didn't need to. In the end, like, we got all items. Because we did everything. Like, I had 18 damn hearts at the end. Because we got everything. Let's set your minimum load load to, there we go. It's better. How's our power grid doing? Yeah, still 100%. The only one who needed Strength 3 was, I think, player 3, which was the Deadweights, because that had their magic. I don't remember where they found the other magic for that player, but it was somewhere else. Somewhere not very, very important. I'm going to hook up all the iron ore that I found that isn't hooked up yet. because I need all of it. Or like when I find this, I'm gonna, what I can do here is just do whoop, whoop. Like merge these all together to make sure this actually fills up. We never got alphas. Yeah, I got it pretty late because, you mean, as you now know, it wasn't needed. How about I do this? That might work. Just want to make sure that I get the full capacity here. I can also just do this. And then do this. And then I can do this. There we go. Should be slightly better. So we're hoping the Jabu play paid off. Yeah, I mean, it did in the end. But yeah, like that Jabu play was what probably would have been like the Jabu play and like getting forced early to get bombs for player 2. That was the big thing because we were talking about that as well. Like if we're so scared we'd lose. If only you'd known. We were scared mostly about the late bomb bag because player 2 didn't have a bomb bag for the longest of time, which was a pretty big mistake. But turns out it wasn't the biggest we'd made. That was fantastic. I really liked it. It just really sucked that everyone made these big mistakes. Okay, I need to change this a bit. So I don't mind this. You're done? Oh, you're done. Wow. So I just move you, and then I remove this here. I put in the logistics station. Just happy we shaved over an hour off the fastest time to meet. Yeah, I so much prefer no trials. It's like you're still gonna they're not removed from the run because you're still gonna be doing the chests, but at least you're not spending like all that time doing a trial you've done like 500 million times because, you know, you don't have to. There we go. Would have needed strength 3 for the light trial. Yeah, like it's literally the only item you remove. So it's like, in my opinion, it's fine to like turn off trials. Because it's like, it's the only item you're actually like removing a requirement for. And I'm fine with that because it's kind of like requiring sometimes you can remove others. Sometimes, yeah. But they're pretty unlikely, because things like hook shot or long shot is the only other one. But the thing is, long shot is required fairly often to cross, say, the bridge to GTG. Or for water temples. I'm fine with that. But strength 3 is literally required for, like, locations-wise, 2. The Fairy Fountain at Ganon's Castle and Spirit Trial. Or Light Trial. That's the only one. And sure, there's a lot of checks behind it, but that's why I don't mind it, because it's still valuable. It doesn't remove the... And Fire Trial? Oh yeah, you're right, Fire Trial as well. But Fire Trial is awful. And I am not complaining that that is removed. Yeah, a lot of these are no longer producing. I need to, how you doing? Yeah. Supply? Yeah, so supplies, plates? Oh yeah, I guess you could smelt it directly here. That's fine. But I could just turn you into ore, so I could actually repurpose you. Nah, this is fine. But it's not gonna, like, the throughput here is nothing anymore, so I can just delete these and actually... Oh, okay, it did not want you to actually delete those as well. Thankfully, it's not that bad to actually fix that. There we go. Saves me a bunch of... Just need to make sure the power... Yeah, the power went out there. They're purely valuable to use, though, so if I don't need them, I won't use them. But yeah, I like time savers. They're just... I don't think they add enough to justify having them. Like, I can understand the skill to execute them is alright, but because they're at the end of the game, they also removed that whole thing from with Ganon telling you where the light arrows are. So like even one random trial would be annoying because it also, yeah, I don't know. I just don't like it. Okay, this is great. That's really, really good. This means that, is there another smelter I have somewhere? Okay, that's fantastic. Ore building up is great. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to make a big one. A very, very big one. Mostly referring to this one. So... Oh, and we have another, yeah. So let's actually hook that up first. Being able to get the light arrow. Yeah, exactly. Because that was what told us where sea fusions were. It could be anywhere in 3 games. And it would have changed a lot. Because, for example, say that they were in my spirit, for example. It wouldn't have mattered a huge amount at the end, but it would have made the race a lot more interesting because our mistake wouldn't have been as bad. Because I spent all that time just doing more dungeons, for example. So I think they add something as well. They prevent more annoying locks where you're like, where the hell are my light arrows? And you can't figure it out. And then you're going to go like, well, guess I'm going to have to do every single dungeon that I can think of. Because it could be anywhere. But yeah, I enjoyed it in the end. I would like to do... I'm going to do another rando first with Fish Lips as well and Lucky, which I'm looking forward to as well. And then I do like the idea of doing one with more people. While I know Spam doesn't like it, but Spam's hyper competitive, so I don't care. And I just want to have fun. AKA, I don't mind doing it with larger teams. And it's quite fun. Playing with a broken fish doesn't seem fair. Wow. It's a different game. I think it'll be fine. Fish just needs to, like... I think the issue was that he was, like, super certain about it. Which didn't help. But, like, me and Fan already said, like, don't worry about it. I mean, we would have done the exact same thing had it happened to us. So, it's fine. Shit happens. Man belts building in, so yeah, it's a lot better. I mean, Factorio belt building is, there's more to it. Like, you can do a lot more with it, which is a big benefit. But belt building here is just, oh, you just want to do it from here to here, you go there, you're done. But it's also much more simplistic because it's like single lane. No, the splitters are much bigger and much more involved to play. That's what I prefer about Factorio. Like, you can do much more complex things with it as an advanced player. But as a beginning player, this game is much, much better. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be requesting you, we're going to be providing you, and we're going to be doing it internationally. So I'm going to put in everything here. We're going to be requesting warpers. Minimum load drone is going to be 100%, and I want to give it power first, just so I don't screw everything up. Do it diagonally so I can build as well. Should charge it right now. There we go. Set you to a 500 or so. Demand from remote and demand from local. There we go. Good. Still you feel? Yep. Still first playthrough. Because I have a very big brain, I decided to build the largest Dyson sphere possible around my system, and that's gonna take a while. We're at about a sixth. We're about a third of half, because I'm gonna do it in 2 halves, because there's a chance that you're gonna corrupt your save, I heard, if you make your sphere too big. Is there an upside? It produces more power. Very long, because I decided not only to do the biggest I not only decided to do the biggest design, I also decided to do the most energy dense design, which consumes about 10 times as much as a similar design that is less energy dense but more resource efficient. To be precise, it's about 3 times as energy dense, but costs about as 10 times as much. Because like, I can actually show you real quick. So if we add a new layer real quick, like this is what I did. Biggest size, huge, right? Let's create it and go here. So you can have like these nodes, right? So I know it's a terrible trait. I don't care. So like these nodes, they produce power as well, and they produce more power by area than the sails. So like a design, but they consume much more components. So say a design like this, you know, fairly efficient resource wise, but what I did was like this, you know. So, you know, much more nodes per surface area. Requires the same amount of sails, roughly speaking, but it consumes like twice as much resources, and these produce a lot more power. So my sphere at the end is going to produce huge amount of power, but it's going to cost like way more than it needs to, because these nodes, those are the expensive parts. Like these sails are dirt cheap. What's the maximum size you can make one of those? Well, this is the maximum size. Or you mean the surface of those squares? I'm not entirely sure, because like if you do like this, it'll tell you it's too big. Oh, you can actually do that. Sorry. It's like, what did I do again? You make them fairly large. Yeah, so they can be really big. I really hate the way that looks. You can make a geodesics and they'll follow the line. It looks a lot nicer. So that works, I think. Because I had an original design that was a lot smaller. Yeah, even that. Oh wow, I think maybe one of my mods changed the size you can make those, because that's a lot bigger than I remember. But yeah, as you can see, this will go across the equator, so this will actually be a bit bigger. As you can see, you can make these really big. It'll consume, you know, my design consumes about 3 million sails, which is a lot. But it consumes like a large factor. I think the nodes are actually the limiting factor. Maybe they chain on, because you can do like this. Yeah, so this, I think, this is too big. So like the maximum size is like shell too large. I suspect the maximum size. Yeah, the maximum size is this. Interesting. Good. Well, interesting to know. So the maximum size is 4 squares around the equator. So like, you could make one that's like super. Yeah, well, it doesn't really work because the squares get smaller the closer you get. So you can actually see at the bottom left how much it's consuming in like everything, what your progress is like. So you can see like the amount of nodes I require for a shell of very similar size is like 180,000. Like 160,000 or so of these nodes, right? And right now I have covered a fairly large portion. I'm like still not even at 10,000. Yeah, this is a pain. Designing my own sphere is brain dead. The one that I did, because it's so like dense, I had to do like all these tiny squares. Because it's so brain dead. I just did that while doing something else. I really hope they implement copy pasting things. Yeah, so like this now consumes 12,000 structures, and it requires only well, the cell amount's going to be the same. But like the thing is that energy density wise, it's inefficient, but the game doesn't care about direct line of sight. So what you can do is just build multiple spheres of different size around the same star, and it'll work. You know, it's not very realistic. I hope they change it. But you could, in theory, just build multiple spheres around the same star that just overlap in like line of sight wise, and I'm pretty sure they will, or I would say just exponentially decrease the amount of power they produce, because they still like obviously they let through some energy, like even in game, like they're not 100% like plug the hole as it were. Um, um, Look, it's a bit too big. I can't even get the notification to pop up. Here I could probably do something like this. So it's a bit stupid that it works that way. But I do suspect they'll fix that. Because like I saw an example of someone who built a super dense sphere and it produced like 1.4 terawatts. Like that's a large amount. Can I even build? Yeah, I can actually. Wow. Just a bit finicky. Yeah, so here you can see. So this currently covers over half the sun. It requires a far less of these. Like this requires 1 million. I require 1.3 million, but it only requires 22,000 structure points, and the mine requires for the same half like 160,000. But the power it produces is going to be like a fraction, because a third or so. But you can actually rebuild an even higher density design. Let me actually show you. So you can just like these guidelines. They're just guidelines. You can just turn off the grid and build it yourself, and then you can go in stupidly dense. So if you go like somewhere here, you can like stop running the game. You can like build these tiny triangles. And people have done this, by the way, covered an entire shell in this. And then you can like connect the nodes. And do this, and there you go. You have your hyper dense setup. Oh, Jesus Christ, you people are children. Not that I should have expected anything else. Just added, yeah, you can do that. People already have made shapes. Yep, people have done so already. I can just delete. I don't care. I can just delete the layer. I don't think, can I delete the entire layer? Ugh, can't even do that. That's stupid. It's very obviously early access because it's missing a lot of things that I should like. I can't even like drag and remove things. It's pretty dumb. Which is why I'm not gonna I'm not gonna build actually another Dyson sphere. If I do, I might draw. You know, I could draw a Triforce as well. Yeah, this is why this game is still an RSI simulator, even with the current mods. I think you'll be able to import spheres at some point, but I think right now it's not possible because of the way they're defined. But yeah, they also have this type of grid, which is kind of neat. I'm not sure if you can even build it of this size. Yeah, the rest of the nodes are too far apart. Yeah. But like this tiny grid is maybe what they've built on, actually. No, it's a deployment conflict, huh? Because like the actual distance is like halfway between these. But you could build a Triforce, yeah. Although the GeoD6 look a bit stupid at some point, unfortunately. Also, I cannot draw. Don't worry. Don't think too much about it. There's just a lot of tools missing still, obviously. But I do expect the devs to add them. Like, what are these grids as well? They're really weird. Oh, look, it's beautiful. It's amazing. Look at those straight lines. Don't think about it. Anyway, we're here to build more smelting capability. Zelda's proud. Zelda can screw off. Newbies can't Triforce. Yeah, just paste the script into a .bat file and execute it, and it'll teach you how to Triforce. I swear. Don't think about it. Talking about new games, new Zelda game. Well, technically, new Zelda game's been announced. It's the remake of remaster Skyward Sword HD. Man, I don't know. My girlfriend loves it, but she's weird and likes Skyward Sword. I love you, darling, but that's just a stupid opinion, and you know it. Remake of the best try. I don't know. I understand why they did it. Like, I'm sure enough people were clamoring for it, and I'm 100% sure the game is going to be better without motion controls, because that was frankly the thing I disliked the most, just how finicky it was at moments. It's like, oh, this boss has a nice design, but the only thing I can focus on is how my swords aren't like doing what I want them to do, and that's just frustration, and that's what kills, just kills the game. Killed my enjoyment. Your girlfriend likes much worse things. Are you? What are you implying with that, C fusion? Sorry, C space. My bad. I read the C and I'm too quick on the draw. The motion controls might be better with a Joy-Con. That's true. I suspect it'll be. Why are they pointing the wrong way? Go, stop doing that. Did I design it the wrong way around? Probably. Let's actually double check that one as well. Well, now I just didn't copy it at all. Well, fine. Do it myself. There we go. Yeah, so I think it's going to be a factor of both. I suspect that the motion controls are going to be better on the Joy-Cons for sure. But like being able to play it without motion controls is what could get me to play it again. The thing is, knowing Nintendo, they don't care about actually fixing things in the game, so it's probably going to be like just like the Mario 3D All Stars, just identical. I'm going to be 100% sure nothing will have changed. I was 5 times 4 is 20. I can do 30, so I need to add a few more. Yeah, so I don't think it's going to be a real reason to replay it again. I don't think I will. And even if I was going to, it's going to be like at the back of my list, so, If I'm going to play Skyward Sword again, it's going to be a randomizer. I actually wanted to look that up. Is there even a Skyward Sword randomizer? Well, the answer is yes, of course. It seems there is actually a Skyward Sword randomizer. I do, what people are saying is that why the hell would you do it? Because the game is fairly linear. Probably true. I think I would like to do a Wind Waker randomizer, but I have no idea how difficult it would be to actually play that. Think of the. Please no, don't do that to me. That sounds absolutely awful. I need to. Yeah, there are so many. I'm actually going to slightly redesign this. I've made a mistake for sure. So to fill one of these up, you're going to need 6, no matter what. So first of all, you're all pointing the wrong way. So it does. There, we're done the wrong way around. Yeah, I've made a mistake. So you can see how they are consuming it. I think they're currently just storing it internally. Because in principle, it's 6 per. Like, these can produce 30 seconds. And these do 6. 6 trips a second. But, actually, no, their cargo is upgraded as well. So I think it should actually be fine. Sword and Mark 3 cargo stacking. I don't think it actually increased the speed. It just increased the... yeah, so it actually should be fine. For the motion control. Actually, inverted controls on the Joy-Cons would be fine, probably, because it's just tapping the other direction. If it was actual, like, oh, here, have fun unlearning physical motions, you'd just be dead. Like, there's no way in hell you're going to be able to unlearn that. So we do or here and or here, yeah. Oh, no. Slanted slightly. Oh, well. Yeah, I think, as I said, I would do a Wind Waker one first, probably. There are more. Zelda 1, Zelda 2. What's the other one? Minish Cap is there as well. Majora's Mask is there as well. Don't know about Majora's Mask. I think the game would just be a little bit too. There are so many. How do I say this right? In my mind, it was a lot more difficult to learn Ocarina of Time because of the 3D aspect. I think just for my brain, it was a lot easier to learn. The 2D games compared to 3D ones. Minigame hell, oh boy. But I think I did really enjoy Wind Waker, so I think I would enjoy a randomizer of that. Spirit Tracks randomizer. Yeah, that game is fairly linear, I think. But randomizers do generally edit the game fairly heavily to make it possible to do more things, so that should be fine. Running out of power as well. That's fine. I'll go fix that in a second. Just Zelda All-Stars. Yeah, well, I mean, they kind of already did that with for the GameCube. You had 1, 2, Majora's Mask, and the Ocarina of Time. That's a terrible joke, Dennis. Oh yeah, what I was worried about with the I need to delete you and actually put it proper. What I was worried with the Wind Waker randomizer was the sale stuff, because I remember playing the HD version, and I was like, when I read that the GameCube version didn't have the Swift sale, I was like, well, thank God I am playing this version, because I probably couldn't stand playing without the Swift sale. So if the GameCube if the randomizer adds that functionality, I'd probably be fine with it. I think I would enjoy it quite a lot. Ironically, if you have played the Zelda games before, doing it with a map tracker usually makes it fairly possible. It's really not that bad without Swift Sale. Randomizer is though. Yeah, randomizer without Swift Sale would be terrible. Because I would have to go to a lot of different things. The normal game doesn't require you to sail that far. The thing is that in hindsight that's true, but in the moment I did realize that I was switching directions quite a lot. So, yeah, we're not getting enough power. Let's find the nearest location I'm making power, which is not very far, I think. You got warp. I didn't. That's the thing. I didn't know about the warp. Yeah, so requesting power as well. I didn't know about the warp. That's the problem. If you figure, yeah, but Jag, I'm me. Remember, the guy who can't figure out a thing unless it's like explicitly thrown in his face. I'm not saying the game doesn't tell you about the warp. I'm saying that I didn't figure out about the warp until fairly late because I'm stupid. Still annoyed I can't actually do geothermal energy in this game. I really hope they add it, because it seems a bit stupid that I'm importing power to a lava planet. Still having a higher power load. The game tells. I know it does. I'm just saying that I didn't pick up on that. That's the issue. I need to replay. Twilight Princess is pretty fun, but I think. Oh, I see. Yeah, being a bit annoying. Right, there we go. Copy it without anything. There we go. Twilight Princess is fun, but it's long. It's like slow-ish. So playing it knowing what to do is probably like a lot better. And probably like fine as well. Um, like the thing is, I don't replay a lot of Zeldas unless there's an explicit reason to, like say a randomizer. And even then, I never would have done Ocarina of Time randomizers if there wasn't such a large presence of it within the extended Jake chat community, as it were. Because why would I? Like, there's like, sure, I enjoyed Ocarina of Time, but not that much. I did really like Wind Waker, but I like me doing a randomizer that is not a guarantee as well. I did like Zelda 1 quite a bit, so I would probably not mind playing that as well on a randomizer as well. I'd be down to try Wind. I would like it as well. Yeah, I mean the thing with randomizer, I would always do it with like assistance. Don't know how to. Don't. Yeah, but that's why I would use a map tracker. Like 100% for sure, I would use a map tracker there. It would be stupid not to. It would be even better if you could play with someone who actually has experience, which is, the main reason we can even get people to do more Ocarina of Time randomizers. Because we tell them, don't worry, we're gonna help you. No, that's an issue, as it were. No one within the community, as far as I know, has ever done one. So we'd have to ask someone or find someone. I'm sure we could ask someone. Sure, someone. Yeah, exactly. Like, you need someone to even like. It's not even like you need a lot of help. It's just like you need a bit of help, just like the first baby steps, as it were. Yeah, you're complaining because it's gonna run out fairly soon. Although it's a bit weird. I'm not sure why it's telling me that, but yeah. Yeah, officially saw this Ocarina of Time randomizer. I know a few people have been doing Link to the Past randomizers. Well, at least I said that I would help them. This probably won't work. Damn it. Oh, it does. Good. Like, if anyone wants to do a Link to the Past randomizer, I'm sure me, Baz, Lucky, we would all, Facelips as well, would all be more than willing to help. Well, I know it about myself, though. Can't, of course, speak for the others per se. But, because it's fun to do. And, of course, we can rope more people into multi-worlds. It's a shame Baz's controller is a bit bad. It's a bit Baz-y. Because otherwise we could do a 4-person SMZ3 multi-world, but his controller is awful for wall jumps. Okay, a little bit better on power now. But yeah, we're almost 17 gigawatts and I got them Forge World. Man. I can import power a little bit more efficiently though, but I think I'll do that later because it requires advanced components that I don't really have that many of at the moment. Yeah, Wind Waker randomized would be fun. Zelda 1 isn't that long of a game, so I think that would be fine as well. The only game I probably wouldn't be caught dead playing would be Zelda 2, because fuck that game. I think I would play a Skyward Sword randomizer first before I would do Zelda 2, despite how about Landstalker? Well, didn't you want to do that as a Patreon game? I don't remember. To stay another franchise together with. At least the thing is, at least CDI games are a meme. Like, it's a bad meme, but it's a meme. The Zelda 2 is just not fun. It's just not enjoyable to play. I next after it came in, I see. Zelda 2 is most on brand with Dr. Palace. It's still the icon of my Discord. It's I don't know, man. It's so bad. How are you doing? Still lacking those. I've spent a time last offline trying to fix this situation, but it's just impossible. Like this was built fairly inefficiently, and it requires so many things. There we go. Yeah, Zelda 2 is just a disgrace. It's just so bad. Which is unfortunate because, you know, it's like I can see why they wanted to make it. It's like, why would you do it in the way you did? The amount of density these things produce is huge. Like they overproduce a lot. So this is actually me just getting more out of it. But yeah, I like randomizers. I would play more of them. I would prefer to do it with someone's help though. And we don't have that many in the community, unfortunately, doing other titles because they're just not as popular, which makes sense. So this is all to fuel these. This will never fill up. I just require too many of them. I always sometimes thought, oh yeah, I'd use the offset to actually fuel into these, but no. I do make them elsewhere as well. Maybe I should actually import them from there, but I think I also use those elsewhere. Clunk. Where was it again? Was that here? Yeah, look, so I make turbo engines here as well. Those are electromagnetic turbines. Whoa. Could probably upgrade this at least a bit as well. There we go. Custom told me there's even a Lance. Well, I don't know Landstalker at all. So, oh yeah, that doesn't work. Forgot about that. One of the mods breaks it, which is unfortunate. So I'll need to actually save the game. Always. What do? I think I need to reload the game to make sure automatic save game. It's not that bad. It's a bit annoying. Can I click on you to go away? Please make a save. Because I think one of the mods I use actually overrides this. Let me quickly restart the game. See if there's an update actually. Isometric Zelda clone with some nice puzzles on a Mega Drive. Mega Drive is still one of the consoles that I would like to own, but I don't. Let me quickly restart R2, the mod manager, to see if there's an update for one of these. No. I think it might be upgrade fix. Let me disable that mod and see if it fixes it. Let me see. Landstalker. Mega Drive. Maybe I have seen Lucky play this a bit. I have seen Lucky play this quite a bit, yeah. Oh god, it's this game. Oh fuck no, oh god, yeah, I remember watching Lucky play this. Oh god, I remember the huge forest. It's like, well, I have no clue where I am because I'm behind 5 layers of forests. If you're interested, I can add some more Mega Drive games to your list. If you're gonna do Mega Drive games, let me. For some reason, it loads the wrong save. Let me see if I can actually acquire a Mega Drive. Because I still would have liked one. It's a good reason to get one. And I have a working capture card now. Let me see. There was like a Mega Drive flash cards. I know they exist. EverDrive Sega Mega Drive. Like 40 euros? Wow, that's cheap. EverDrive Super Drive. Super Drive X5 EverDrive Store. How expensive are they? No. Huh? Hey there, Shadow. Super EverDrive X5. Here we go, Stone Age Gamer. That's what I want. $90. It's a bit expensive, but I can probably find a second-hand one. Marktplatz.nl. Mega Drive. Let's see, how expensive are they? I need a console. Spell computers. Super Mega Drive 2. How much is being bid for these? Why is it Super Mega Drive 2? Sega. What kind of video output does it even have? I think, Wait, $25? No fucking way. $25 for a Super Mega Drive, including Bubsy 2. Oh god. In Schravenhagen, it's Den Haag. That's not that. Huh, I could ask a friend of mine to pick that up. She lives real close. It's $25. What a deal. That's actually a pretty good deal. Another guy's selling one with a ton of games for $125. Not Landstalker, though. That's a shame. What a deal for Bubsy 2. I'm actually going to bid like $30 for that. Actually, no, sorry. $25 is the lowest bid on that. So let me just bid a little bit higher on that, because I would not mind that. Landstalker. Mega Drive Collection, 30% discount. Huh, it's actually a guy. Oh, it's a mini. Yeah. Is he actually selling Landstalker? Ah, fuck, he sold it. For $35, he sold Landstalker. No, what a shame. Ah, you know, what a shame. Someone selling a Super EverDrive? Probably not. Someone is. No, these are all for older consoles. SNES, EverDrive 64, Game Boy Advance. Yeah, it's all the same guy selling them. What a shame. I don't think he has the one that I would be looking for. Well, I could... If I get the... Okay, if I get the SNES EverDrive, I will get a flash card, and I will play them on it. God, you're a lucky guy. Although, I would have to use my retro capture card, which... I was having some really weird issues with my older capture card, because it was like, on OBS, it just glitches out. Like, I posted some older screenshots. But it seems to like work with their own capture card, like their own software, which means I'd have to capture that with like just a window capture, which would be fine. So I think I can get the older one to work as well, but I like it because I can now move the older card to its own spots next to my, and keep it permanently hooked up to the retro stuff. It might also just be permanently broken. It's like 5 years old by now, so it wouldn't surprise me, that's for sure. But yeah, I like old consoles, and I've been wanting to get Sega ones for a while, so it's as good as a reason as ever. Press U, that works, yeah. I don't think the shift upgrading works, but this works, there we go. There we go, but yeah, exactly. But it's, I mean, let's just say that, like, looking for good deals on these kind of things is not easy. Alright. So, yeah, so what I could do is I could even tell you to supply to local, just in case, but I think it's probably getting consumed already quite a bit. Yeah. Also is good too. Has 2 good Looney Tunes games. Well, if I get a flash card, I don't know exactly the setup, but I suspect I'll be able to play every single game which will mean that I can easily play them, which is what I have for the GameCube. If a game is cheap, I'll usually get it, because I have had issues with flash cards not working properly. So the original game is always preferred, but it's not required. And if it's like really expensive, of course I won't get it as well. What are you doing? Yeah, you're complaining about running out almost. Yeah, look at the amount of supply this guy gets and how quickly it's consumed. Also, you don't even have your own. Maybe I should give them to you. There we go, that's better. How you doing? Yeah, you're not all getting consumed, I think. Just a bit stupid. Yeah. That's a bit better. Gotta go out and get breakfast. Yep, it's gonna be about an hour or so before I start Beat Sabering. Which is Shadow's replacement for his Patreon game, because the older one, the capture card broke when I was setting up his stream, so he asked for it to be. So I told him I can't do it, so he asked for it to be replaced with Weep Saber. I can do it now because I did get the capture card a little earlier than I thought I would, because I found it for a bit cheaper. It's not exactly the one that I wanted to go for, but it was cheaper than paying like $150. It's like 80 instead. Let's see. So I want to see how the plate supply is doing, because it's not a big limiter, but it is a limit. Yeah, you're still getting consumed. Where was I doing that? I was over here, right? Because I built a new one. Which just seems to be, yeah, I think it's you. Yeah, the one that goes around. Yeah. Consumes all the ore and puts it out. That's great. The one thing I don't ever want to start doing is supplying. It's a bit of a weird mixed bag. So what you can do is you can actually supply ore around and have super centralized smelting. In my opinion, it's not really worth it because, you know, you might as well just do local supply of ores. There's another iron vein that's not tapped. Hey, there's a few more here. One of the really annoying things, you can look around, but you can't like give a move command here. Like I can't tell the Icarus droid to go there. Not a huge issue, but it's still a bit annoying. So we have some here. We also have some here and here. Let's plop you down. We also have you. All right, good. There's a lot more. Let's do you first. Because I've got a lot more of these left, which is good. 200 and 100. I'll need more miners as well. I'll go back to my home planet real quick and grab some more. Can also grab more belts then. I'll probably won't be able to fill this up even. Yeah, 4. I think I'll just use those all here and then have you at least hooked up. Yeah, we can do it. Then put you here. Can I just get that one in the center? Yes. Good. I slightly want to reposition you two. Ah, crap. Shift deleted all of them. Well, now I know I can actually cover. Need to actually cover try to cover every single one of them. Which I can do a little bit more efficiently like that. That's actually not bad. There we go. Yeah, I've got 3 left. There we go. Yeah, so the plans for the rest of today are to do Beat Saber in a bit, in like a little under an hour. And afterwards I will make dinner. And then I will probably do GTA tonight. I cannot do Zelda because my girlfriend took the Switch with her. Because she wants to play some with her family. So yeah, Probably will be GTA. It unlikely to be anything else. I could, in theory, do more DSP, but I know not everyone enjoys watching that, and I don't. And I like playing GTA as well. San Andreas, it's great. So probably we'll do some of that as well. But yeah, so I'll be playing Beat Saber in a bit. I won't be using that mod that I used last time to change things on the fly. While I do think it's a neat concept, I don't think it holds enough actual value to use consistently. It's like, oh, you can use money, you can like use bits with it, so it's in theory it's an earning thing as well. But I don't think it was, I don't remember who it was who said it, but it was like, you're there to enjoy the songs, not to mess too much with me. Like it's fun, but it also messes up the enjoyment. Like, oh, you can fast forward some bit, which is interesting, but it's just a mess. It's not that great anyway. So yeah. So that's why I'm not going to be using that much at all. And just let people enjoy the songs like that they suggest. Because it sucks, like, oh, you suggest a song, and then someone says, well, I won't let you enjoy this, and you just pause it constantly or do other crap. Yeah. Let's see, yeah, planets here. Bonk. So, yeah, this planet has a lot of stone and a lot of earth, but it's completely out of iron and copper, basically. Basically, there's very few resources actually being locally produced on this planet at this time. And bonk. I should have, yeah, got these made here. How are you doing on iron? Good. This is what I want to see. I would like you to be more as well, but they are not as important anymore because those turbo engines were originally used for producing these, but I'm now making those remotely as well. And oh, we have some okay, that's really good. That's what I want to see. I think it's because you're backed up now. No. Why are you not making so many? You are the reinforced stuff. Let me guess, steel, right? Yeah, it's always steel. Okay. What's the ratio? It's 3-1. Yeah, I see. Okay, I can slightly remedy that a bit. Can I ratio? Oh, damn it. No, let's just do this slightly different then. See, maybe, no, I should be able to do it like this. Yeah, perfect. And then I just raise it again. Bring it over here. Let it go through this gap. There we go. Bring it down. So what I can do here is, because it's a 3-to-1 ratio, what I know is that if I put in 3 input belts, I'll be able to get a full belt out of it, no matter what. The only limiting factor will be, of course, the amount of machines there. But I can fairly simply calculate that by using my huge brain and quick maths. God. I was actually talking to my professor last Friday about some things I need to do to my paper that I can add, because I was like kind of worried about not having enough. And he said, oh yeah, there's like these 2 things you can add that aren't per se needed, but will be useful to fill out the page count. And I have to start doing some accuracy crap. As long as there's a slower, it doesn't matter. They don't consume it that fast, because it takes like, what, 3 seconds to make one? If that's an issue, I can just add more inserters. I'm not taking into account the maths because it's like you have the same research you have in Factorio, where inserters can carry more, so they quickly overcome any limitation, especially because there's 3 of them. So it should be fine. And I could, in theory, always add a 3rd belt if I wanted to. I can add another belt on both sides, so you know, not very important. Anyway, so I'm gonna have to do some maths there. To be precise, well, not as precise as I can be because I'm not allowed to, but I have to start calculating full width half maximum of some curves, and doing like the ability to resolve to very close Gaussians, which is gonna be not a lot of fun because I have to do like, it's basically gonna be, this is the accuracy. It's like you can resolve X nanometers between peaks, and it's gonna be like 15 asterisks next to it of like, oh yeah, these are the limiting factors. You are overproducing, which means what I can do here is check actually these. If they're emptying, I need to add more, and they are. Yeah. So these act as a very convenient buffer check. It doesn't really matter because they are limited on antimatter, which I can actually add more of, by the way. But what I basically need to do is add more. How the hell is yellow getting backed up? Actually, how much red do I have? I have 4 towers as well. Are you faster? You produce... Your recipe is... Oh, God damn it, tell me. 1 per 6. You're 1 per 8. 1 per 10? Oh, wow. Huh, I didn't even know that. Okay, well, that's good to know. Oh. Oh god, this frame rate, man. Hey, running out of things, that's good to know. Are there enemies in this game? Nope, just Logistic Nerd Simulator. They are thinking about adding enemies, but they don't know how yet. Although they might, they haven't told us yet. They're going to be releasing a roadmap in the coming days/weeks. So what are you limited on? Just you being you? Yeah, just you being you. Easy fix. Just casually doubling capacity. Lack of item. Mark 2s. Oh. That would explain that. Here we go. Quick 50% increase. Go grab some more and dump these old ones. Yeah, I'm very curious what they're gonna do enemy-wise, but yeah. So for my thesis, I've got enough to do at least. The math is not gonna be easy, but should be fun though. Although I'm not sure how precise I can make it. If that makes sense. It's like the actual how relevant it's gonna be is maybe a better word. Anyway, I really hope I can actually publish my thesis on my Discord at some point. I probably should be able to, but it's going to be a while. Since they haven't, like, the measurements that I use in my thesis aren't even published about yet. So it's like, that's like step 1. Alright, and now we're running out of crystals. Oh, sorry, titanium. Is that the issue? Is that actually an issue or just buffers? Because I don't know yet if that's actually an issue yet. Because let me think. You use 3 every 4 seconds, so yeah, I think you're going to run out of titanium at some point. Just fine, it's going to be easy to add more. I've got thousands in storage. Should probably actually raise this limit a bit. And you don't even have enough of you, that's interesting. Slots are full, I have 5 out of 10. Why do you have this? Oh, you are using them to supply something. It means you probably need way more. But you... Oh, you get made here. Yeah, of course. Oh, why? Oh, yeah, sorry, I see it. You use overflow, which means that... Well, first of all, you need to be you're the wrong one. Purple, please. There we go. I'm curious what they do about enemies. I think it's going to be a bit of a gamble. And I think they know that as well because it can make or break the game. Like if you have a shitty combat system in a game where it doesn't work right, it will just destroy it. Like it'll just remove any and all interest people can have in the game if it's just not good enough. So I think that's they're being very very careful in that regard as well. Just making 100% sure that what they add is actually desired by the community, and not just something that a small portion is very vocal about, but doesn't actually really know what they want, as it were. How you doing? Okay, good. You're like getting all the way to the end. And you're filled up again. All right, let me actually go grab some more. Actually fill out those rows since we do need exponentially more, which is interesting. Didn't even realize that. There we go. Yeah, I was able to publish my previous thesis. They're conducting many paid service. It's terrible. We'll see what they do. Yeah, so I was allowed to publish my previous thesis, of course, because it wasn't that important. This one's actually going to be a lot more relevant. With regards to things in general. So we'll see. Actually, with regards to that, not super relevant, but I was actually looking. I got a sort of offer for an internship. It's all super chaotic. Like, there's no company actually doing internships at the moment because, I think you can guess why. There's this whole pandemic going on. So I talked to a few people, and they said, okay, you can do an internship at our group. So at like the physical chemistry or the biophysics group, I can choose, which is kind of neat. But I might get paid at the biophysics one, so that's currently my preference. As well as they said, hey, so I've been developing some methods for my current thesis, and they said, oh, this is actually kind of interesting, and it might be worth it to actually write a paper about that. So there's a possibility that for my internship, I'll basically be refining my methods for my thesis, which I'm still finishing up, and then publishing a paper about that, which, frankly, would be very interesting, because it basically would allow me to get a first name publishment, first name paper out there. Where currently I am, my name is on a paper. I think it's like the third or fourth name maybe. So it's not, bad, but it's also not exactly on the forefront. How much do you need? It's like 1 every 4 seconds. I can feed a lot. So what is the issue here? Maybe buffers, maybe just not enough. I'll need to take a look into that. Publication, yeah. So I don't know. I could probably feed 1 bells in here, actually. Might be a good idea. Yeah, perfect. So I just need to grab another belt here. It's going to be fairly easy to do. Yeah, it would be neat. It's not exactly like my ambition. Like, it's all like, oh yeah, it's like the thing I always wanted to do with my life is write published papers. But I'm not going to complain. Because it's like something that I kind of already did. Then I would just be rewriting it. Because what I did is that I used Fourier transforms in a fairly novel way. Or not per se novel, but my professor said that it's not something that a lot of scientists within the biophysics space think about. Because Fourier transforms are fucking weird, man. Like, they can do a lot of things you wouldn't think about. And because that's actually an issue, sort of, because of that, not a lot of scientists actually like consider them as tools when they really should. Let me see. I need to actually grab my plastic production and see how that's going. You're not fully producing plastic. Interesting. So is that because I'm just stupid? And the answer is probably yes. Because I can just do this now and just double that. Looks great. But yeah, furry transforms really are weird. I couldn't probably understand what you said, so I went with the joke. I'm pretty sure it's something actually serious. It's Fourier transforms. They're a way to transform a measurement in the signal domain to the time domain and vice versa. They are fast Fourier transforms, man. God, that's what I've been working with. And I've been doing really, really awful stuff with that. One of the things I did was take a Fourier transform, so an image, do a Fourier transform, and then do another Fourier transform. Not an inverse, no, just another normal Fourier transform, which is not something you're, really should do, because you're messing with domains. Because you're basically saying, oh, is this a frequency domain? No, fuck that. It's a time domain now, and the length domain, and you're like, well, that's not how this is supposed to work. But I don't give a shit. We are running out of oil here, which is kind of bad. Because what the hell am I doing here? Let me think about this a bit better. Not in. First, I'll just remove this. Just do that. Approximate average. Yeah, that's basically what I've been doing. Like I have a proper explanation why I'm allowed to do it. Like it's not like I just random bullshit go. But it's a bit like it would make a lot of biophysicists just kind of scratch their head. Oh, what the hell is he doing here? Which I like. I like doing that because it makes people wonder what the hell I'm doing and think about it in more critical ways. So you're not getting any oil because where is your oil supply coming from exactly? It's like here. Yeah, like here, right? Psych, not anymore. I'm gonna... Oh, you're full. Damn it. Get built. Öl. Droids. Demand. There's nothing to demand it from, but I'll fix that in a second. But yeah, it's fairly interesting. I'll probably publish it or post it on my Discord when I can. It's probably going to be a few more months at least. But I'm not complaining about the current things that I have because I'm getting a publication out of some of my software work. Well, sorry, a name mention more like, which I shouldn't complain about. Let's see. So what do I do here? Well, and I learned a lot of Java crap. Oh boy, it's too much Java crap, man. Let's see. So what I'll be doing is kind of draining this thing because I want to get rid of the this. This will have an internal buffer. So I just want to drain this completely. Collide with other object. No, you won't. Stop being a pain. So first of all, let me just touch it to this. There we go. And I can also like just extract it immediately by just using this. Ugh, fine. There we go. There we go. So now this is draining fairly quickly. It should be fine. Can actually grab all of you, put you in here as well. So you'll also be transported. It's going to take a while to fill up the buffers. I'm fine with that. I could probably get at least one more. So you could probably get like a few more. Beautiful. And that's all of them. Good. So it means you should drain at least. Well, you're not going to drain faster and get filled because that's going to take a while. I could actually get even more out of it, I think. Oh. Come on. Oh, that actually doesn't have any exit ports. What a shame. What a shame. Let's see. So that's fine. It seems like the other one's filled up as well. The only issue is going to be once this is drained. We're probably not going to produce as much as we can consume, at least at the moment. So you're still lacking. Yeah, graphene. I think that's actually the same issue. But hey, I can fix that as well, because I demand that. Demand. Oh, that's bad. Yeah, we need that. I am going to need at least a local station that demands it remotely and produces it here. So let's actually demand it anyway, so at least I can set it up. And then do kind of the same thing here. And then do it like so, and then delete you too. So it's not the best system, as you might realize, but what the hell's going on here? There we go. That should actually connect proper. No, direction is the other way around? What the hell? Oh, I see. Oh. Which means I just need to do it like so. And then I think it's actually built a little bit, yeah, built a little bit different than I thought it was. Which is fine. To actually select the bottom one, it'll drain out a lot faster. Yeah, completely empty. Right, at least it's good to see the refined oil is full. I just need you. Yeah, you're stacking because the limiting factor is plastic at the moment for you. You're still all being produced, which is good, but I still want a full belt of plastic going that way no matter what. Although I'll probably need not as many as I have, at least. It's just that I don't have enough graphene flowing through it right now. Because it is fairly slow, it needs one every 3 seconds, which means that one belt can supply like 60 of these, which is probably around what I have here at the moment. I want to get rid of one more stack. There we go, it's better. Yeah, you're not going to get any. Because the coal production on this planet is, oh, I have 4 million coal left. Huh. Yeah, I can probably make that here. I think I'm actually already kind of doing something like that. Because I have some graphene production like here. Yeah, here. Hey. It seems like this is designed very poorly, that's for damn sure. Not that it really matters. Ha, I need more. This was designed with the old system in mind. We'll probably redesign this to some degree fairly soon. In theory, you can produce 45. I think I don't have 45 on one belt here. Yeah, as you can see, this is actually running out. Yeah, you're all done. You're done for. So what I will do is, let me think. Because I want to make sure the throughput is as high as it can be. So yeah, you're run out as well. Just dismantle this. So we currently have. Okay, so what I will do is get rid of this in the current form. Then actually let's do it like so. Because this will directly go over here. And what I can then do is actually have you just go into here. Be an input. Oh. Yeah, it's fine as well. Doesn't really matter. So now this should be producing a lot more. I have a better idea. So here's how it looks like you're actually not producing even that much. Yeah, so what I can do is I can actually up the consumption a bit by doing this. So go like here, delete all this. Delete. And just go yoink. There you go. Bingo bongo. Welcome to the Congo. And now there's a lot more on you, which means it's probably even worth it to do this now. I have hundreds of these. Like, this is not this will not be an issue. And it seems that you're even backing up, which is wonderful. There we go. In theory, it should ever only be able to produce like a belt or so. Actually, I should probably do this a slightly bit different. There we go. So it should increase that as well. So now they all have their own belts. You only have 37. Can you have a few more? Put you to 100 load. So you should actually only transport when you have 100, which is better than I prefer that over like sending them out. You get the issue where they don't wait until they actually can even fill up, because like they will constantly be sent out with like 100, sorry, like 10 or so in their cargo. It's awful. What I can also see is that you only reach like halfway. So I can actually do this, I think. Ooh. Can I reach straight down the middle? No, I'll just delete these two. It's a lot better to make it slightly ugly than to actually, you know, not be able to even supply it. There we go. So now we should have even more, which is pretty good. Let's increase that a bit as well to see how far we can go. It's a lot easier to just plop down more machines than to actually rebuild infrastructure. Because, yeah, there we go. I would love to see this drain. We'll actually put this charging rate to 100 and that to 100. Yeah, I love to see it drain that quickly. So is there anywhere else here where we're consuming coal locally? You're completely useless now. I could delete all of you and actually got a lot of belts back. Which is pretty good. I love shift. I am using like a mod that deletes things in bulk, and it's so damn good. It's like, oh, you want to delete like a metric ton of solar panels, or you don't have to like break your goddamn like hands anymore. Like, give yourself RSI. Just make sure these are connected. I'm not sure if they're actually used for something, but you know, just in case. I don't want to accidentally separate networks. So I can actually take a look. We can go to local planet production and go take a look at energetic graphite last hour or so. Yeah, that's spiked up quite a bit. Consumption is still higher than production, but that's production over the last 10 minutes, so we can see that production is way higher than consumption now, which is wonderful. It'll probably back up fairly soon. Oh look, it's stationary. I think they're just updating the models on it fairly slowly. Ugh. It always feels good tearing old systems down and rebuilding them a bit. So what I could also do is give you coal as well. Yeah, actually, that's not even the worst idea. Because, like, where do you stop being useful? Like, right here. So I can set you up to also demand coal. Demand it. So I get halfway. Raise you a bit. And just lower and build it like right there. There we go. Because this speed means that we can actually turn 2 belts of coal into 1 belt of energetic graphite. So this will never saturate this unless I add more belts. In theory, there's actually 3 belts now, but I still don't think it'll be an issue. It also means I can probably just do this. And save myself a lot of headache. Give myself a bunch of coal, but I can just put that in here. There we go. So, now your consumption is a bit more balanced. Not great, because you can see like this never actually reaches it. So I could probably in theory even add more, but it should lead to an even bigger boost in production. Yeah. Last minute. 3k production, 2k consumption. That's wonderful. Let's see how the stores where it's going to is going. You're completely full. Not getting any sales. I need to double check that. I guess the increased iron wasn't enough yet. You're filling up. You're not filling up yet. That's weird. I'm guessing since you're closer, you're getting the first serving, and you're being used for science, which I'm continuously consuming. I think you're also used a little bit here. You actually go nowhere. Huh. So you're all science. Oh, you're also here. That's really stupid. That's better. That is a much better. So you are now still producing. You're still supplying it in very dumb ways. So let me actually give it some more. So, I don't per se care about this one. I care about the other one. Ah, crud. Let's see, go here, put it up, down. There we go. It's backing up now. Oh, insufficient power. Hey, interesting. Not exactly in the mood to actually... No. I should build some more suns. Just grab, like, a bunch from you and go make some suns. You son of a gun. Holy crap, yeah, let's stop that. Stop that. I don't want to make that many, damn it. It's way too much work. Come on. 6? Okay, at least make 5 without that. Look at that. Look, the time is passing so slow. Jeez, we've dropped to a low. Oh no. I see why. Wait, what? Oh my god, that's... Oh, I see. Huh, I see. Okay, I know what the issue is. I also know of a way to prevent it. Just removing you. You supply... Yeah. Oh, you're full. Oh, that's fine. We just grab another international. Oh, it's too close. Another logistics station. Oh. Okay, this is bad. Let me think. So we are gonna run out of power fairly soon. Like, we are heading towards a total and an utter deadlock on power here. So I need to fix this fairly quickly. I need to see if I can... Okay, fine. I'll put a local one down here. Time is genuinely of the essence here. I can manually restart it somewhat, which will be fine. So what I can do here is I can actually have this demand from local. Full. Put a belt. Fudge. Let me see. There we go. And now what I can do is I can go here. I need to prioritize my own power, funnily enough. So what I can do is I just make you... Go into you. Oh, crap, you're... Nope, shite. That was stupid. What the hell? Okay, fine. Fine. I need to actually hurry a bit here. The issue is that you're being consumed for power outside the system, which is not a big issue, but it is a issue. You have space, good. Supply to local. So what I can now do is actually just like kind of dismantle you. There we go. So now this will start supplying it away, which is good. I am not exactly caring a lot right now. There we go. So I think you're getting prioritized, which is kind of bad. But what I can do is I could just... It should at least be getting some. Yeah, good. Good. Because this is actually fairly important. Does explain why we didn't actually have... So let me just put you down here and just put these suns in there. Because I don't need them right now. Because the reason why we're running out of power is just because I didn't have fuel. Okay, good. You're all working. It should be fine. Emergency additions. Should be all good now. Okay. So, if this I'm 99% sure this will catch up. It'll take a while though. I wish you could have alarms, because otherwise I would have set up an alarm here that said, "Hey, go make like an alarm sounding. You know, you're gonna run out of power soon," like I had in Factorio, which did save me quite a few times because I am really dumb. So, what are you limited on? Your titanium. Huh. Titanium. Where's that coming from? Uh-oh. Around the titanium, I see. Can't you request titanium? No, you already have everything, a ton of other stuff. Okay, so it seems titanium supplies are running low as well. At least I have to say research is doing fairly well. Research. Wow, 6 hashes consistently? Let me check 10, like an hour. Wow, that is actually impressive. That is genuinely surprising that we can sustain this for so long. I'm guessing it's going to lower, probably. I'm also going to change this a bit. I don't need this much backup, so I'm actually going to switch that off. So this one will slowly empty out. You already sets a single one, which is fine. And the reason why you're not doing as much as you can is because you don't have enough antimatter, which is fine. So this is my backup power. The thing is that if I start using this, it's still going to be an issue, because the suns are my primary power consumption method, and they should be always used. Yeah, there we go. Okay, good. We're at 100% power. Just 100%, which means that as soon as these fill up... Actually, I probably should just do this as well. Just take another stack. And just like take half of it. Put that in here. Put that in there. $10 in here and 10 in here. The thing is that, like, the issue that I have right now is that as much power as I'm like I produce a product which will make another machine start working again, which means that will then consume more power as well. So it has like a slight knock-on effect. This will also now be bad as well, because I'm going to make this charge up at least. But at least I'm going to say, hey, you can actually, fly them less as well. So it should be fine now, because you are all working. Okay, if you're lacking antimatter, I'm fine with that. I just don't know if this is consistent. Let me check production of antimatter fuel. Antimatter fuel, here we go. Production consumption in the last 10 minutes. Last minutes. If I look at a minute-to-minute basis, it seems to be working fine. But of course our consumption is going to rise. So I'll need to look at this for the longer term. One good thing is that I can build more of these. In fact, quite a few more. There should be nothing actually produced, which is good. Huh. Ah, yeah, sales are running. That's actually good. Sales are running again. And we still can fill up about 5,000. I should probably stop that, actually. Yeah, I'm going to go stop that real quick. As nice as neat as it looks. Why is K not working? I need to be going like 1,000. meters a second at least. I am very lazy and I've come to use space warpers for like super short distances because it's just so much faster. Like so much faster. All right, so here we go. So you're not the one I'm looking for. These are not the droids you're looking for. It's this one, in fact. Whoop, and whack. So I just set you to... So actually what I would prefer to do is actually stop supplying these. So set it to none. Because what I will do is actually fill up the buffers, which is actually kind of what I want. I'll do the same for my guns. Need to do the same here, and I'll do the same here. Because I'd like to still put pressure on my system. But this is like going to be enough, I think. And I'm going to do the same here. I want to see how much I've actually produced. Because it'll tell me, hey, you know, you're actually doing something. So we turn this to none. 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 And then I set you to demand from local. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, perfect. Yeah, so there's 10,000, which means that the remote supplies are, you know, very much filled up. It also means that I could, would be fun to actually add all of these, because I will even increase my shooting rate by a lot. But I figured out you can chain them like this. Just really, it's super duper compact as well. So I guess 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, it's like 12, and there's like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's like the same amount. It's a lot more compact. Also, it requires no belts. So I could place these down. It's not even a bad idea. I'll probably do this in my own time, though. There we go. Probably do it in my own time, though. Because what I'm going to be doing now is I will set up Beat Saber. And I'm gonna be having some fun there. Where the hell am I going? Oh, it's trying to walk against that. Yeah, no wonder it's not working. And I will play there for a few hours, and yeah, then we're gonna have probably play GTA after I had dinner. That is. This is really stupid, by the way, but I don't care. So yeah, should be good. Until then, thank you for watching. I'll be back in like maybe 10-15 minutes. So I will see you then. You can already start looking on that Beat Saber site to see if you can find some fun songs to torture me with. So see you in a bit.